My name is Andrew Windy Boy. I'm a Chippewa Cree. I did 2 boarding schools, one in Wapton Indian School in Wapton, North Dakota, and the other one is Flandreau Indian School in Flandreau, South Dakota. In mid-60s to early 70s, took me to the boarding school where I wasn't allowed to talk my native tongue or practice my native ways. Numerous times they'd put on this big huge white comb, put on there and says dunce. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know English. They put it on me, make me wear it all over. Kids would laugh at me. They took me away from all of that and punished me for talking that. It was my first language. I didn't know any other language. So whenever I talk, it came out. Cree would come out, and whenever I talk, I get hit. I got hit so much I lost my tongue. I lost my native tongue. The only thing I remember was my Indian name. Which is Senukihu, means old man eagle. That's the only Cree I knew. They beat me every day. They beat me. They cut off my hair, made me kneel in front of the door where everybody come in. Everybody make fun of me when they come by me, rub my head and laugh at me because I was talking. They caught me talking. I hope someday somebody will hear me. I hope nobody has to go through this. We have to have our own language. Because what we do when we talk to our spirits, they don't understand English. They look at you, you'll be talking English. What are you saying? Probably saying that. Cree. But now you didn't know what I just said. That was a hard time in my life. I'll always remember it. For that white man, it's a terrible shame for him to be treating people like this. Because we are a people. We just need to be accepted.
Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation, greetings and honor to you, sincere Akim, pushing this truth across the four winds. All right, you seen the excerpt about Gad and Reuben when they were land was taken from them, and the so-called white man, the Hebrew Edomites, put them in those damn boarding schools. And this guy is telling you how they were punished for speaking their language. Their hair was cut, and their customs and culture was taken away from them. And all this was prophesied. These are prophecies being fulfilled. And, you know, he's still being politically correct, man. They did everything unseemly to those children, man. This is Esau, man. Esau is like a little kid with in a candy store, man, when he had those little children. When he came into power and took those little children from their parents and their protectors and put them in the boarding school, he was like a kid in a candy store. He was doing everything unseemly to them little children, especially the little boys, because he's a natural born homosexual, okay? So this guy, he's blowing the whistle, saying what happened to him, but he not going to tell that he probably was sodomized. He probably was raped. You know, you can tell his pain runs deep, man. But with all that being said, you still seeing the reason the Most High let all these things happen to us. He's still talking about not calling on those spirits. The spirits won't listen to us, and that's why Yahweh put us in this predicament, because we were calling out to these foreign powers, man. When the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incas was over here, they were basically sacrificing the Baal, and Molech. Though it was those same spirits that they was fucking with in the land of Israel. When they'll take them to the top of those, put their children through the fire and sacrifice their children, cutting out their heads and stuff like on that movie Apocalypto. No, they were basically still sacrificing their children to Baal and Molech, man. And when you look at what Esau did, the northern tribe, Gad, Simeon, and the other 10 tribes, we got Gad and Reuben, the Native Americans, and what DeSoto and those Spaniards did, the other 10 tribes, man. All right? The Most High commissioned that. You see this guy, he's in tears. He has a lot of pain. But if you come to them with rivers of living water and sound doctrine, they still want to take heed to these foreign powers, man. But Esau will be judged, man. I'm going to go through a few precepts, man, showing they took his language away. They took his customs and culture away. And if he tried to do it, he would get beat. He said they would get beat for him speaking his native tongue. All right? And all this was set up through the Spirit. This is 1 Maccabees 1:44. For the king has sent letters by the messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. When they took Gad to those boarding schools, they was teaching them their strange laws, okay? They were so-called civilizing them, so-called Americanizing them, all right? And what you don't know, man, before this, I seen one clip. I just picked his because his was more heartfelt, but it had other clips that I looked at by the different people that went to those boarding schools. One lady say, we were clean. She said the first week she went to the boarding school, they had mites and bugs in their hair and shit. Because Esau, calling himself civilizing them, he brought pestilence. History tells that when they came over here, those rivers, the Mississippi River, all these rivers, Lake Okeechobee and stuff that's over here in Americas, they were like the ocean. You could look straight clear to them. Like where it's mud now and silt, they say it was sand. The rivers were clean before this devil came over here. During the time Gad would just go drink straight out the river, man. They would go straight to the streams and drink straight out the streams. And man, if you go to those rivers now, all these chemicals and pathogens and bacteria in them. You'll die if you drink out of those waterways now, man. So he called himself civilizing us, but he wasn't civilizing us, man. He actually was poisoning us, all right, killing us, putting that wicked wine, that wicked philosophy in us, all right? The Gad was well off, I'm going to say physically and health-wise before this devil came over here, okay? Because we're a clean people. Verse 45, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifices and drink offerings in the temple, and they shall profane the Sabbaths and festival days. All right, that's what so-called civilizing you is, taking away your customs, your culture, the Most High ways. This so-called white man is anti-Messiah. All right, he's anti-lawful. All right, he's against the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. And he forced his ways upon our people. But it was all set up through the Spirit. And pollute the sanctuary and the holy people. That man, that brother, who's biologically an Israelite of the tribe of Gad, he's been polluted, man. And rightfully so. You still hear him talking about, he wanted his creed, his language, which is a broken, probably Assyrian script, a broken Hebrew that they were speaking, because when they be like Yahweh, Yahweh, all right, that's Hebrew, man. That's broken Hebrew. Gad be screaming out when they calling out to that great spirit, man. All right, because it's in their spirit to do it, man. All right, but that brother's been defiled, stricken. All right. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. That's what this white man calls civilizing you, Americanizing you. He's turning you into him. 2/3 of our people are basically Edomites, spiritually and mentally, because they think like their oppressor. They're taking on the ways of their oppressor. So when you look at somebody that look like you carnally, biologically, all right, according to the flesh, they're your enemy because they have the mindset and the spirit of our oppressor, man. All right? That they should leave their children uncircumcised. And these are the things they were doing to our people in those boarding schools, man. A great number. They took Gad into those. They would either kill the parents, because Diego Colombo, when he came over here, he said that the Taino Indians didn't make good slaves. He say they would just sit there and die. He say, but Judah, Yahweh, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, we made good slaves, because they could treat us like shit and we'll still work. And basically what he's saying, made good coons. All right. So when you look at Gad, man, they tried that with Gad first, but Gad fought. Even though Gad is destroyed, Gad fought more than us. Gad wasn't just like, man, these cotton fields, they tried to put Gad in the cotton fields and the tobacco fields, and Gad was like, fuck it, they'll just sit there and die. In fact, on that movie Uncle Tom's Cabin, you saw the part where the guy said Indians don't make good slaves. He say they're like a jackal, and he say the black ones, the niggers, are like a domesticated dog. He said if you get a jackal out of captivity, you can't domesticate it. If you feed it, it's not going to eat its food, and it's not going to drink its water. It's going to sit there and not. And that's how Gad was. But Judah is like a domesticated dog. You could kick it in his ass. You could kick a dog in his foot. Long as you throw it a few crumbs and stuff, that dog, when you come from work the next day, he going to be wagging his tail, happy to see you, no matter how much you treat it like shit. Okay, and that was a good analogy about this devil, man. This devil has learned from us, man. He's learned us. He's psychoanalyzed our people. All right? And that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable, all manner of uncleanness and profanation. That's so-called being civilized, to the end that they might forget the law. That brother forgot his language. He forgot the ways of his people, man. All that was set up through the Spirit, man, and change all their ordinances. All right? So all that was set up through the Spirit, and that's what they did, the tribe of Judah, when they brought us here from the western coast of Africa and from Spain, man. When they brought us over here, man, they beat like that movie on Roots, where you see that analogy, they beat Kunta until he called himself Toby. They beat the Kunta out of him and beat Toby inside of him. All right? Americanized them, so-called civilized them. All right? Turned them into an abominable piece of shit. And whatsoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. So they would put you to death if they found you speaking your native tongue. That's why they about to come down on us with great wrath right now, because they, guess what? According to, let me get it. I think it's John 14th chapter, 26th verse. All right, John 14:26. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance. You see what I'm saying? All our customs, our culture, our language, whatsoever I said unto you. The Most High is bringing us through ours back to, he took it. It was according to the Spirit that it would be taken away from us, according to Jeremiah the 17th chapter, but it's according to the Spirit that it would be given back to us. All right. So when the brother was crying when he said his language was taken from him and he forgot it, he just only remembered a couple words. All right. And he was like, man, they took everything from us. They didn't just take our land. They took our spirit, our customs, our culture, our way of life. All right. It wasn't enough. That's why the scriptures say when Esau catch you, he don't be satisfied with blood. All right. He want to take your soul. He wants your spirit, man. All right. Killing you not enough. He wants you to think like him, be a perverse, degenerate. All right. He wants you to think it's just okay for two men to sleep together. All right. It's okay to eat any abominable food on the planet. It's okay to go have sex with a woman when she's on her menstruation. All right. That's what he wants you to conform to. Okay. Let me get another precept. But he's going to be judged to the second power for what he did to children of Israel, man. And what he did to tribe of Gad. This is Psalms 55, verse 21. Okay? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. I'm going to start at verse 20. All right. He had put forth his hands that against such as be at peace with him. The tribe of Gad, when he came here to the shores of America, man, the tribe of Gad, who had lost their doctrine, because they did that during the time of Assyria, conforming to the heathen. All right. Our scriptures say never trust thine enemy. So they was trusting their enemy. Okay. So that's why they fell. All right. But they were at peace with their enemy. When Esau came here to the shores of America, they showed him how to live the hard winter. All right. And he had broken his covenant. They made several covenants with the so-called white man. And the white man broke every one of them and took more land and more land every time. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Oh, Thanksgiving. Come on, let's have this big lunch today. This big meal today. All right? Let's be married. Let's give my daughter in a marriage and your daughters to us in marriage. But war was in his heart. And look what he did. He took their land. He took their land. Now he calls them illegal aliens. All right? His words were smoother than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You saw it on that clip where he said, man, how can the white man treat a person like this? All right. The Most High used the white man as his lethal threshing instrument against us for disobeying him. So you got to take everything in proper context. Yes, the so-called white man is going to be destroyed for what he did. All right. Yes, we're going to have a recompense. Because it's all set up by the Spirit, how the Most High hate him. But the Most High used him to discipline us. Let me get a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 1, start at verse 4. Here we go. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers. The tribe of Gad were evil. They were wicked. They went doted up on like Ezekiel 23rd chapter say, doted up on the Assyrians as soon as they seen them, like a abominable slut, like a harlot. All right. Children that are corrupters. We were corrupted. We went away from our Heavenly Father. We transgressed his laws. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. And that's what when the Most High got inflamed with anger, he sent the so-called white man upon us to do everything unseemly to us. They are going away backwards. So that's why you're so broken. That's why you're so emasculated because it was the Most High's will to do it to you. All right. That goes all the way back to that apple that Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. Verse 5, why should you be stricken anymore? Will you revolt more and more? Now, with all that being said, this guy's still calling out to the spirits. With all these things that happened to his people the last 200 years, he's still calling out 400 years. No, 500 years. All right. 600. Shit. Since 1400. All right. He's still calling out to these heathenistic spirits, man. The guys of these nations. All right. Most High like, damn, what else can I do to you? The only thing he can do is kill you. Look at all these things been done to us. All right. From the sole of the foot even to the head, there's no soundness. When you don't know who you are, you could get your riches and your livestock and stuff taken away with you. But if you still got your spirit and your faculties and your mind still strong, you still sound. All right. As when it comes to being a spiritual man. But when you lose that hope and you don't have hope anymore, you don't have faith anymore, then that's when you're destroyed. And our people are destroyed. All right. But wounds, bruises, putrefying sores. Like if you could look at us spiritually, us as a nation, we look like a person that's suffering from Ebola, literally. A person that's on that last leg with full-blown AIDS, with sores all over their body, man. Sores all on their tongue. Their body decaying and rotting and cancerous sores all over them. It's smelly. That's how we look as a nation, man. No matter how good a person look to you, clean on the outside, good hair, pretty teeth, spiritually, they are defiled. They have not been closed, neither been bound up, neither mollified with ointment. And the only thing that can mollify and bound you up and wound and heal your wounds is Yahushua, his word, because he say, I didn't come for those that were well. I came from the sick and the maimed. So you have to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and the words of Yahweh Shema Shai to be healed and made whole. Okay? And our people not. The whole head is sick. The more they get stricken, the worse they get. The more the Most High hit them with that whipping stick, the more they get. The worse they get. Okay? Your country is desolate. Your cities are burnt with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. You see what I'm saying? The so-called white man came to the shores of America and just took Pocahontas, fucked her in front of Sitting Bull, and I'm being sarcastic, and Geronimo, you know, and Geronimo and them was still in their right mind. They was fighting back, but no, they got conquered, man. Okay, and it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumber, as a besieged city. We ain't shit, man. A besieged city, when the city is besieged, you had the walls around it, but everything around it, all the rest of your surplus, everything else was taken away. The only thing was laughing was you in those fortified walls, man. Okay? And it was all set up through the spirit, man. But Esau's going to pay. Esau's going to pay. All right? There will be a recompense. But you got to show why. When you enlighten somebody and you giving the person the truth, you got to tell them why. An intelligent person always asks why. When somebody comes, like, if you're intelligent and somebody tell you all this life, all this water, these quasars, the Grand Canyon, the Niagara Falls, when somebody tell you that all of this creation came from two rocks banging each other, you have to ask why. Prove that to me. Show me why. You see what I'm saying? That's how you have to be with the so-called white man. And when you teach this doctrine, you have to teach the person why. All right? And this is why, then I'm going to go back to this damn devil's demise. This Leviticus 26:14. This is why all of these things happen to Gad. This is why the Most High let them take their children and put them in those boarding schools and let them get sodomized, raped, defiled by the heathen. All right? Got treated like a piece of shit with the heathen. This is why. This Leviticus 26:14. But if you are not hearkening to me and will not do all these commandments, if you shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgment, so that you will not do all my commandments, that you break my covenant. And that's what we did. We did all of the above. As a nation, we did all of the above. This is what he said. I would do this unto you. I would give a point over you terror. The so-called white man has been a terror over us. Consumption. He has consumed our people. He's a cancer. So if we were an organism, he's cancer put in our biology, man. And the burning egg that shall consume the eyes. All right, we can't see. The only way you can see spiritually is through these words. You have to be awake. All right, our people are eyes. What's that movie was? Eyes wide shut. All right, your eyes, your carnal eyes open, but your spiritual eyes, you've been blinded and cause sorrow of heart. Our people mind is fucked up. It's past sorrowful. At least if you're sorrowful, you know you're in reality. You know you're a slave. Our people don't even know that they slaves. They think they free. So it's past sorrow of heart. And you shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemy shall eat it. And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when no one pursueth you. All right, that prophecy has come to pass. And the Most High has put these nations over us to subdue us, our enemies. That lets you know that they are our enemies and they are ruling over us with an ironclad fist. Okay? But we're in the last days. Everything is getting turned right side up. The Most High is raising up a remnant to do his bidding, man. He's raising up a remnant to do his bidding. All right? So let me go to get one more precept that I wanted to bring out. I don't know exactly where it is. I think it's Micah, the 2nd chapter. The one where it say he oppresses a man in his heritage. All right. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise equal and work equal up on their beds. Talking about the so-called white man. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Yahweh Shem Shai, and according to the book of Job, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9:24. And they covet fields and take them by violence. This landmass, which you know as America, was taken by violence by the so-called white man. He came with biological warfare, the technology of his day, of that day, guns and muskets. When all the so-called Native Americans had at the most was spears and motherfucking, what you call them things, bow and arrows, man, and axes, okay, and houses, and take them away. And all of their surplus was taken away from them, everything they own. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. He took their heritage away. They've taken our heritage away, but the Most High is giving it back to us in these last days, seconds, and times. All right. They even for them to think, all right, they were here for us, so technically it's their land. But even them to be crying about a pipe getting built up there up north and what it is, Montana and all that shit, the little uproar they had. Motherfucker, your heritage is in Yasharala, in the Eastern Hemisphere. You bitching about this landmass over here that's going to be destroyed according to prophecy. So you still fucked up. You complaining over this defiled ass land that's going to be destroyed. So you still not in your righteous mind. Okay? But the majority of our people going to come back through reincarnation, through the second resurrection, which is sex. All right? This is Revelation 18, verse 6. We word her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her doubling according to the works. In the cup which she have filled it to her double. So the Most High Man is going to give us a recompense against this devil for all the atrocities he did to the Mayans, the Incans, the Aztecs, all right, what he did to Gad, the Seminole Indians, so-called Native Americans, what he did to the tribe of Judah, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Mexicans, all right? What he did all of our people, he's going to drink of that cup, and he's going to get double of what he did us. So his day is coming. All right, let me get one more precept. That's just. That's what true justice is, man. Justice is whatever you did somebody, it happens to you. That's true justice. All right? Justice really is not like how justice is in this society. You kill somebody and then you get 50 years to life in prison. That's not justice. Justice, according to the scriptures, if you kill somebody in cold blood, then you die. You get killed. That's justice. Justice is perverted in this place. But when we come back into power, when our great king come back and put things in order, all right, then righteous judge is going to judge this motherfucker. All right, this is Psalms 137. I'm going to start at verse. All right. All right. Here we go. I'm going to start at 7. Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. All right, the children of Edom are the so-called white man. For you that don't know, it's the so-called white man. The nation of Edom is the people that you know on this planet is Caucasians. All right? Who said, race it, even the foundation thereof. And that's what they said when they've been doing it since for eon after eon. When Babylon subdued Israel, Nebuchadnezzar sent Babylon to take down our people in the day of Jerusalem. The so-called white man was there at our borders saying, get them, race it, tear it down, destroy it. They broke the brotherly covenant. They always been against us. And that's before they had any power. They was just cheerleading the Babylonians. Get them, destroy them. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. And the daughter of Babylon is this nation of America, where we dwell at right now, where the 12 tribes of Israel are in hardcore slavery right now, spiritually and mentally, okay? Happy shall you be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. That's justice. That's recompense. That's retribution. All right? If you're not in that mindset, you're going to be destroyed. Oh, you got to forgive. Now you forgive your brother 77 times 70. You forgive a fellow man of the Lord, not no heathen, not no 2/3. Happy shall he be that dashes thy little ones against a stone. And these are the words of Yahweh Bashim Awashai, man. And they will surely come to pass. Our Heavenly Father watches over his word to perform it, man. So for all these atrocities they committed against us, they're going to drink of their cup and drink the dregs thereof. So with that, I'm going to give infinite honors to Yahweh Bashim Awashai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation and greetings to you sincere I can push this truth across the four winds. Kwam Yasharala.